I am a very sad and single bisexual. I've been bisexual since I knew I was bisexual since I was 16 years old. I just didn't really talk about it with anyone until I was much older. And now I'm just yeah, I'm bi. What's the big deal? I haven't even been on a date here in China. I've been flirted with. I have had guys say they're interested in me, but no dates have actually happened. They're all just I am not looking for commitment. I'm just looking for the and just I ain't into that, boo. I'm not in, no. No gracias.
I identify as a cis male, and I'm also kind of questioning gay, mostly have attraction towards men, same gender as me, and do occasionally have attraction towards women, but haven't really explored that to any full extent. But if the opportunity comes, it comes. We'll just see. Life is a bag of chocolates, And I'm currently in a loving relationship with another man, and yeah, that's my general information right there. Personally, from my own experience, I feel like I can be who I want to be and face very little discrimination. I had one specific experience where I was in the hospital because I needed to get a checkup on my arm that I broke a while ago, but yeah, I was just talking to the doctor and he was just you got a girlfriend? And I was no, I got a boyfriend. And he was oh. He was quiet for a second and he was just so you top or bottom? And I was bro, even the doctor. But no, I feel most people are pretty open to talking about that kind of stuff here. You might get older people that are kind of just drop it. And I feel a lot of the younger, especially the working generation are just okay, cool. That's it's whatever.
I am a non-binary male and homosexual. And as for my career life in China, I've always known that I don't fit into any of the traditional gender categories, and my parents knew it. And I was lucky to have them as my parents because they are very accepting. And my mom, really a vanguard woman, she used to tell me when I was really young that as the society develops, the idea of gender will gradually disappear. And that actually started my journey of exploration in sex and gender. And well, in my childhood, I was called Sissy and Sister John constantly, but I didn't really feel it was some kind of bully or I was really bothered. I wasn't. It's more confusing because I don't feel like I was doing anything female. It's just me doing me, and it's not female or male. There's a lot of space between female and male, and it doesn't have to be female when it's not male.
So I identify as a lesbian, and to be honest, dating in Beijing, I guess in China in general, is not that easy. I feel like if you're a queer LGBT woman, the pool is kind of limited and kind of small, much smaller than anywhere else, I feel, especially within the foreigner community. It seems to have shrunk a lot, and it's kind of always familiar faces, or everyone's kind of somehow intermingled,
I'm a lesbian. My pronouns are she, they, and I'm currently in a situationship, a relationship. I can't tell, I'm a lesbian. Dating as a queer person in China really has its highs and downs. It really all depends on your mentality. You just have to be able to take it. And for the city that I'm in, it's a really small city, so I haven't really seen that much queer people, which explains why I have been with my girlfriend for the past 4 years. It's been on and off, ups and downs, but Yeah, it's been 4 years because even if we do leave each other, we don't think there are other people to date in the city, and distance relationships are just not for me, at least. Not because of anything. It's just because I'd rather my partner is right there with me. It's perfect. Okay.
I identify as queer or bisexual, though depending on the audience, because explaining those to people can be a little tough, I will maybe shift to a particular identifier just to make things easier. Meeting people here is a bit tough, just because a lot of communities are underground. For example, when I lived in Hangzhou, there was only one gay bar and it was literally underground. Like you had to walk through like a shed and there were stairs and it took you to an underground bar, and that was the only one in the entire city. But mostly with apps and VPNs, it's easier to meet people now than it was when I first got here.
My preferred pronouns are she, her, and hers, and although I don't like labels necessarily, I consider myself sexually fluid. So if I had to tick off a box, I guess I would be pansexual. I'm just here for everybody. I'm not greedy, but do your thing. Because that's what I do. I am actually married. I have been married to my spouse for about 1.5 years now, and I would not choose another being on this planet to be with. We've actually been together on and off for almost like 9 years now. So I have not lost my China dating experiences, which have been really interesting. My experience as, a member of the LGBTQ plus community here in China was, y'all don't even have time for me to go into all of that, but let's just say it was interesting. I wasn't always with my partner. We weren't married. I was out here for the streets trying to live my life, and let's just say the universe had a plan for me. I needed to be with the person that I was with because that dating life was not for me. Honestly, the experience for me was really unique because I went from being in this long-term relationship and then I wasn't, and then just trying to figure out dating again was complicated, and then trying to use apps like Tauntaun. I mean, it was cool, but I felt like as a plus-size Black woman, I was really fetishized and sexually objectified, and I really didn't like that. And then I tried to use Tinder, and I kept seeing people that I knew that I didn't want to know were on Tinder. I didn't want them all in my business, and people I would just never date. So I was not here for that.
So I was doing my thing, being who I am, until the end of the first year of high school. I was frustrated because I couldn't find boyfriend, find love for after 16 years of my life. I felt so upset. So I figured that my uniqueness and label kind of reframe me socially. So I tried to change and stop going and hanging out with girls all the time, and started to blend in with boys and act more boyish. I did blend in more, but it never felt right for me. I just and I had a guy who had a crush on the guy, and he's too straight to bend, and I still feel like my high school was quite miserable, even if I stopped being myself, and I kind of regret that. So after university, I was in medical university, so I was really busy, and I have some alternative exploration in sex too, not sex but love. I made a girlfriend, and she was amazing. I felt so much, I can resonate so much with her, but just like sexually it just doesn't work. So I was really sorry that I have to quit the relationship with her, and she was quite heartbroken, and I felt really sorry.